Welcome to the Horror Junkies podcast.
Welcome to the Horror Junkies podcast, the podcast where we discuss all things horror. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Pat.
No, I'm Dylan.
I'm Jorge.
Hold on to your butts, fuckers. We got snacks for days, and we've been gone for 2 weeks, and our butts are dry.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. My brain just made it up, bro.
Watch out, we're
This
coming
shit
in.
ain't scripted.
We're coming in butts dry.
Dry asses.
Dry
By the end of the
ass
show,
is
it's
better
gonna
than
be a little
swamp ass.
swampy.
Butts
Okay?
dry.
That's our fucking catch that on the bumper sticker we're selling at Spooky Empire. Coming in butts dry.
It sounds like a shitty like can of dip. we got skull.
It's hell of a dips, brother.
No, it's
Definitely
like
it's a southern dry rub.
we got skull, we got Copenhagen, and we got butts dry. What you want?
Oh God damn it! I miss-
Goddamn. How y'all
we
been?
don't talk to each other for 2 weeks, and
No, we talked sporadically in between that.
Texting is not the same though.
I don't know because we have a good time at our text
Yeah, we really do.
message
Yeah.
thing.
Like the important things that reach the group chat, like important updates, and we all ooh and ah for like 5 seconds, and then
And then it's back to poop jokes.
and then it's back to poop butt, pee butt, bebop, doodad,
Dry
doodad, butthole. I don't know. Literally what our fucking group chat is. It's like Cro-Magnon is just like poop butt, poop butt.
Better watch
We're gonna
out, man. We're gonna get a
we're gonna-
review.
Yeah,
We're not- we're not
print our fucking
complex.
text catalog.
We're not complex organisms. We're trash.
Very true.
Deal with it.
We're fucking high on sugar and carbonated beverages. Watch out.
It's amazing anything
shit.
gets done around here.
Yeah, I have the power.
I have
But,
the power.
Don't speak
How
to
do
me of ancient text.
Right? How you guys been since our last time we met? The last show we did was Jane Doe and I think right?
And Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
By the way,
Those
my
were Jorge's
friend,
picks.
my friend said that she got a kick out of hearing us try to fucking pronounce that shit.
It's not our fault.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
God damn it.
Well, you have to think like Beelzebub is like a well-known like demon name. I know this because every time I play Skyrim, that is my character's name.
Oh yeah,
And Beelzebub just threw me off.
I don't get it. I don't know where he came from.
The official name
Who
of the
is
movie is now
he?
Bumblebee, and that's where it's staying.
I
Okay.
like that.
All right, sounds fair. Sounds fair.
But how you guys been? You guys been doing well? I'm in Miami.
Ooh,
Relocated
Big
200
Willie-
miles for now.
Big Willie style. Look at you.
Look at me, big power.
How do you think I've been? What's
Tired.
What's one word that comes to mind?
Hi.
Yeah, there you go. That's how I've been. It's been great.
Pat's blue.
Pat is very blue.
Always blue.
But
If I was green, I would die.
double die.
Pat's very Jack's mannequin right now. Mike got that.
Dark
Yeah.
blue.
You got it too. Yeah, we're all sad. Fuck, I forgot.
Sad.
We're all
boys
sad
galore.
fucks.
We've been sad since the jump, so it's fine.
Oh my god. Well, we got a fun like month plan for everyone out there. Pat has curated a list of movies that are his top watches that fall within J horror and K horror. So get ready for some weird Japanese and Korean films, maybe some other films depending on where he has gone. I have something in my fucking eye.
Gonna need some wipes to dry that butt.
I had
real.
something in my eye.
I need some dry butt to get this out of my eyes.
Dry butt. You know, it would be
Dry eyes.
Hey man, you
Clear
know it would help your
eyes.
dry eyes, a little bit of dry butt. It helps.
Yeah. Clear eye for the dry butt.
Dry butt, clear eyes, can't lose.
Oh my god.
I need that on a t-shirt so bad.
Yeah, so bad. We really do. But this is something I think Patrick's been wanting to do for a long time because this is like his favorite types of films. I shouldn't say genre, they're not really a genre of film. So Pat, give us a little rundown. Like, why is this your place for horror that you typically go to?
It's something I discovered during the pandemic of just like the different culturally horror movies that are played elsewhere, you know, and especially in Korea and Japan, like what is scary to them. You know, especially after the early 2000s when we rebooted a lot of their movies. I was like, and I've seen the original like Grudge and Ring and shit like that, but like Pulse, I didn't know that was like a reboot or a remake or whatever.
And now they're doing it to Train to Busan.
Yeah.
Listen, if it's good, I'll watch it. I'm still going to be mad. I'm still mad, but I'll watch it. I mean, Pulse. I mean, two of the movies we're talking about tonight, Pulse and Warning Do Not Play. I don't think Warning Do Not Play has a remake. It's a recent film.
It's pretty recent.
It's a new 2019 film.
Yeah.
But good God, Pulse, the American remake, is
god awful.
So fucking bad. I don't even know how they did it. We'll discuss it later.
I didn't know Kristen Bell was in that movie. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because don't watch it. It's not good.
I didn't want to begin with.
This movie's fucking awful.
So I know Dylan doesn't really dabble in this area of film, and he is really in for a treat.
You're goddamn right. I don't. They don't even speak English one lick. There ain't one iota of a word I understand in that guy. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know what weirdo pervert Pat has in store for me. I'm not happy about it.
Week 3 is going to be the week I think that really fucks.
Y'all mentioned something about some kind of gore police or whatever that's called.
Yeah, week 3, Tokyo Gore Police. I said alligator pussy. You're like, wait, what?
Pardon me. Pardon me,
no
but
tentacles.
Who? He said, yeah, I was that sentence. I wasn't. I mean, I've seen movies like Tusk.
No, these don't even
like
compare.
Tusk.
Tusk is too comical.
I'm not
these
a fucking.
Movies are being 100% straight.
See, here's the thing.
Serious.
Here's the thing. You know me. I'm a dude that enjoys a snack or two during his movie.
You're not gonna be able to eat during these movies.
I'm afraid that the movie that Pat recommends, I will not be able to digest food while I watch.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Pat is a masochist and loves to torture himself and the ones he calls friends. He likes to ruin our evenings to a point. Well, none of these movies were gross, which great.
You're welcome. There's another part of me you know now.
Yep.
No, I've always known it was there. It's kind of like when someone like finds out a serial killer was living next to him for like 15, 20 years, and they're like, he seemed fine. I mean, he
seemed fine. He just had heads in his refrigerator.
I mean, he was in the backyard late a couple of nights, but I didn't think nothing of it. You know, that's bad.
And if you needed any more, go ahead, George. What did you say?
What
did you say?
George is smoking.
Nothing.
Oh,
I was just vaping, bro.
Are you as high as I wish I was?
God damn it.
Yeah.
If you need any indication as far as how intense Dylan got, you send us a voice message.
Well, I send it to the group chat, and I always forget that you're evil, and we'll keep them and play them
because the voice messages actually disappear. I don't know if you guys know this, unless you hit keep, and then it saves it into the fucking message board. So I have all the ones that you sent yesterday, but I haven't listened to any of them. The funniest one is the one where you're like,
you haven't heard it.
No, don't play it because I can hook my Bluetooth up to it and it will sound better. Because I saved them too, because I knew you were gonna probably save them anyway, and I was like, well, if he's gonna want to save them, I'm gonna want to play him through the Bluetooth on my things.
Well, look at you,
and that's why I don't listen to him. I don't listen to him because I know you guys are gonna play him for me, and I get to enjoy him together.
Because there are like two other ones.
This is really the only way that I can.
Prime. Give me the highlights.
Oh, well, hold on. Well, first of all,
during Pulse.
Well, first of all, I think we should try to save that for Pulse because I want to go ahead.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I really want to go ahead and get this one movie out of the way.
Okay. So let's just jump into it this week. Oh, quick reminder, shout out if you're in the area. We got a booth at Spooky for December 11th and 12th.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and we're gonna have our recording shit set up. Feel free to stop by, hop on the mic, say something, hang out with us. Who knows? Maybe you'll get famous.
You'll get some stickers, probably.
It won't happen. The stickers.
It won't happen. You'll get stickers, but you won't get anything else. Maybe a high five.
And
but yeah, come hang out with us. Sean wrote us and he was like, "I can't wait for my debut." Just like, oh god.
Oh Lord, here we go.
But Pat, bring us into the first film, man. What is it, and why did you pick it?
Warning: do not play.
And what did we all do? We played. Play. We played.
I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't. We were gonna do One Missed Call and Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Then last minute I decided against it because One Missed Call is pretty much almost the same movie. So I picked Warning Don't Play because I haven't seen it and it was on my watch list on Shudder for a while.
Oh, so this is your first time seeing it too?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I had no idea what was going into it when I watched it.
You know, I've always seen the like cover for One Missed Call, and I've always like, maybe I'll watch it, and then I never do. So
and now you have
plus
it again.
I picked Warning Do Not Play because it's Korean, so give us both Korean and Japanese.
So are you doing that every week
episode? No.
Okay.
No. Some weeks I think some weeks are strictly Japanese, and I think some weeks are straight Korean. Right,
dude. I honestly, I'm stoked for this.
I believe
month.
so. The list is not in front of me, but I think that might be the case.
Do not quote Patrick on this, but he believes so.
It's refreshing. Foreign films are very refreshing. From
bro.
Most of the shit
one
that we
was
watch all the time.
No, I mean, listen. I mean, say what you want.
I will
get into it, but
that's why I'm here.
That's for damn sure. Dylan's gonna say what he wants.
Dylan's gonna say what he wants. I won't say this movie was like exciting and like it had me at the edge of my seat. No, it's a bit of it's on. I'm watching it. I'm okay. It has an interesting concept. It's pretty meta.
Yeah,
there's a lot of film within a film type of shit going on.
Have you ever seen Masters of Horrors? George Carpenter's Cigarette Burn?
I can't say that I have.
What'd you say?
Same concept.
Who?
Masters of Horror.
Cigarette Burn.
No, I've never seen that one, man. Is it similar story concept?
It's the same concept.
Gotcha. I mean, like, I liked it because I liked the idea, and just we can get so everyone kind of knows what the fuck this movie's about. The summary is that Mi Jung is a rookie film director, and she's been preparing a horror film for the past 8 years. Rough. One day, Mi Jung hears about a movie which was banned. This is where I kind of get pulled into the film. Mi Jung wants to know about the film. She begins to search for the movie. Her search takes her to meet Jae Hyun, who is the director of the film. Jae Hyun warns Mi Jung to forget about this film, but she ignores those warnings, hence the fucking title of the film. And then Mi Jung's obsession with the movie leads her to a bizarre and horrible cases. That is what the movie's about. And it's on Shudder if you want to watch it.
She hold on a second. There's a part in there that I did not know. She was working on a movie for 8 years.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, that part I didn't know.
Who is she? David Lynch?
I mean, I know it was. I know, like, yeah, I know, like, there's the whole scenario where she's in the studio meeting with like the producer or something, or the agent, whoever it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, we pulled you from this screening of this festival because we saw like raw talent. Why haven't you been able to produce for us or something like that? And he gave her like the end of the month, you had to give us something or else we're going to cut our contract. But there was never ever a mention, from what I remember, of like an 8-year project that she's been working on.
Well, see, that's I unless I missed it or maybe it got lost in translation, because I guess she made some like short film, and like it got really popular. She was like renowned for like her creativity, and then just didn't do anything after 8 years. I thought she just had like writing block. Like I
that's
thought,
why
didn't know that she was working on it for 8 years.
Yeah. She had writing block she didn't know how to end her movie or some shit like that.
Yeah. I will say, go ahead, Pat. Sorry.
No, go.
I was just saying, I like how it starts with like her in the theater, and then she kind of like wakes up and there's kind of like no one there, and then the ghost thing is there, and then she wakes up and it's in the bed, so it makes you think like, oh shit, was it all just a dream? And then she goes and starts typing the plot, which kind of ties to the ending in a weird way. But no, I didn't hate it. It wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate it.
There's a point in the movie where it drags, and I'm just like, all right, get to the fucking point.
Yeah, he's right. It drags from the first second to the last second.
Yeah.
That movie was a goddamn snooze fest. Are you fucking kidding me? Meta, that shit was a shitty VHS short mixed with a shitty Sinister movie. That shit was fucking terrible.
You know what, though? You're not wrong.
This would have been better if it was a
It was shitty Sinister mixed with a shitty VHS short.
It really is sinister. Like it
really fucking is
in its own weird way sinister.
A goddamn eyeball pops up on the phone and you drop it, but you pick the phone back up and you run. What the fuck's wrong with you? Leave the devil phone behind and just fuck it. This movie,
man, phones are expensive. Okay,
that is true.
Not your life expensive. I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me of that.
To some people, it probably is. To some people, probably
not her, not the fucking revolutionary, brainchild.
She did
of
have a really
short
nice
stories.
flat, though. Like, let's be real, she did have a nice, like, high level flat that she was living in.
Yeah, the actress's name is Soi Gi, and I looked that up because I love her.
Yeah,
she's incredible. She's the best. She's the best part of the movie.
Oh, she really is. No, she fucking carries it through.
Yeah, Soi Gi, if you're listening. I love you, girl. I love you. I love you, girl.
Be my wife.
Be my wife,
George,
please. God dang.
I did. They I'm not saying it was like some like crazy like mind bending movie. Like, oh my god, everybody needs to go see it. But I enjoyed the story, even though it is a Sinister ripoff. It really is.
100%.
Round up, 100%. But I don't know. I enjoyed the kind of I like the like lost film aspect of it. Where, like, you're going on this hunt because there are many stories of that in like real life, and like there's all these crazy stories of that theater burned down in like the UK or whatever. Like, so I personally like that aspect of it.
Yeah,
and it was shot really fucking well. And
that's what I'm about to say. The aesthetics and the way that this movie looked, which a lot of Korean films actually are really filmed really well.
Dylan's giving crazy eyes, but it is true. It's not like it's filmed like with
it looked fine. It looked like at least it looked pretty.
I mean,
especially at the beginning.
That shit looked like crap.
No way, dude.
No, it didn't look like crap.
It
didn't do anything. It didn't do any like nothing visually struck me.
No way. That overhead shot at the very beginning when she's in the theater and she's like walking, it's just like that massive, just like it's just empty chairs and her walking through them.
Nothing.
Like it just like brought on that like dawning loneliness and just like eeriness. I was like, oh dude, it was great.
For me, it did nothing.
Especially when you think about the fact that it's the same theater that was abandoned, where she was actually watching the movie. So like, I mean, I agree with your points, George. I like that it's about a cursed film that's been banned, that no one's, people died watching. I think that's really cool. I like those types of films that kind of play out on that storyline. The same thing that happened with Antrum. There was a film going around like, this film is cursed. People die when they watch it. Of course, does that all stem from, The Ring and 7 days after you watch the film? Yeah, but no one had to watch a film and die in 7 days. They just kind of watched the film and they got fucking wrecked.
Here's my thing. The movie's so bad. Okay. The ghost. The whole thing is about a movie directed by a ghost, right?
Apparently, yes.
Even that movie
allegedly
sucked. Even the ghost couldn't direct a good movie. Like, it's just something about it. It's like, look. If I'm halfway through the movie and I lose interest, I don't care what creeps, shrieks, or freaks you fucking bring out. I'm not going to fucking give a shit unless it's like some jaw-dropping shit that goes, oh, this movie just took a fucking 360. Like 180 crazy shit.
It's not like a nuance or anything like that.
No. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, man. you're just all this shit's going down, and she just keeps taking her camera out and taking photos.
That's a commentary on the bystander effect. The fact that things happen in reality and people watch happen, and all they do is stand by and watch.
But that's so amateur college student fucking in your face fucking shit. It's kind of shallow.
But is that not the world where we live in though? Like
it is. That's the thing it was kind of trying to hit on. The fact that like you could it happens to everyone. I mean, people will watch something happen and then people will pull their phones out instead of helping. Because like there is she could have helped the one guy who was actually killed in front of her. But the circumstance is so unbelievable that to think that somebody in reality, if a ghost was attacking somebody, wouldn't either help or run away. To stop and film it, I don't think it's even in the realm of possibility. The psychological condition called the bystander effect. It's a real thing.
You're telling me
don't know how to react.
Out of high school in face of a ghost wouldn't pull out his phone on TikTok?
No, I don't think so.
High school?
No, I don't think so.
I'm saying it like in terms of reality.
It's just so literal and so extreme that it like almost hits you over the fucking head.
I think the thing that it suffers from the most is that it was too long of a film, and there's a lot of fluff and filler that doesn't really need to be there. And I do agree that I think it should have been a short, and I think it would have done a lot better as a short.
It would have been the worst of whatever other shorts they had.
I
mean, and that's saying to me, and this is all my opinion. If you guys liked it or found some joy in it, I'm very I couldn't be happier, honestly. Like, it's not that my opinion is law. It's just that it's God, no. But
no,
I mean,
we know better.
I have the sample pads. I am, I have the power.
I will the power.
But like at one point, I was just like, you just had to make this fucking movie, didn't you? Like talking to the girl, like you really are going to go through all this for what?
Well, that just showed you what length she was going to go to finish and make that movie that she needed to make.
It's called Passion, Dylan. Have you heard of her?
But it's not like
I don't know if it's passion.
But the consequences aren't life threatening to me. It's like, oh, we're going to lose our jobs. Okay, somebody else will finance you if you're some sort of short film genius. Somebody will finance you. So it's like, why are you going to risk life and limb and kill everybody for a film that, doesn't really have dire consequences if it's not made?
Musical artists do the same things to write the fucking best album they ever wrote in their entire life. For the same reason an author almost kills himself to write the best thing they've. It's weird when it gets
Van Gogh
to
but it's all subjective. Somebody can look at a Van Gogh and go, "This is crap."
Well, that's very true.
I mean, it's all subjective, and it just didn't see. I mean, I know it's a fucking fictitious horror movie, and I know maybe I do take it too seriously, but it's like, dude, my problem is I watched Pulse before I watched this.
True.
So that's where you fucked up. See, I watched this first, then I watched Pulse.
That's the thing. I watched Pulse first. And that movie deserves every fucking bit of respect from everybody on this fucking planet. But no, but we're going to get to that. But it's just like the whole theater scene and everybody getting strung up by the ropes and whatnot. And she keeps going into doors that just lead back to the theater. I'm like, what are you in a fucking Hotel California? What are you doing? Like, why is this even a thing? This theater's another dimension or something? Like, that's what
they were like. Again, like there's a lot of things that like don't work in this film. That they were like the whole interdimensional thing, the fact that she was going into the film of the original events didn't really make sense.
Hell,
was it like telekinesis? Was this some like WandaVision type shit?
But it did cool kills. I mean, like, dude, the one guy got his fucking face slammed into the wall. The one guy got the pipe shoved down his throat.
Pipe was cool.
The one girl was strangled. Cool.
Yeah.
And then the one guy was hung by barbed wire. This is what it looks like, right? It was like
once you've seen Silent Hill, what does that do for you? And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, like,
so this is also a movie that was made in Korea.
And what's that got to do with it? They can't be creative and violent.
That's what.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm just fucking.
My hands are up. No. I'm just saying.
So like,
I need to add a boo button on here because I need to boo myself sometimes. I can't do this though.
No, you're good, Dylan.
Okay.
Don't let the review. Dylan, chill the fuck out, okay, bro? Just chill. This is a golden film, all right?
I had my finger over the shame button.
Someone was like, "Mother of all missed opportunities. How is this the final product?"
Who said
they
that?
pretty much said the same. A big fan. Huh? No, someone on IMDb. That's one of the reviews someone left. Like that's the title of it.
Could you say that one more time?
Mother of all missed opportunities.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, like I said, would I probably watch it again? No. If it for some reason was on television, I would be like, I wouldn't change the channel immediately. But
I'm definitely not going to rewatch this.
I'll never rewatch it.
Yeah. It's kind of a one and done situation.
I'm going to smoke a ton of weed to forget I ever watched it.
There you go.
I do like the concept of like the cursed found footage mystery thing. I like those kinds of stories.
The mystery behind the cursed film thing was that's what kept me going to watch.
Yeah.
That kept me watching.
I just wanted to watch the damn film. I was like, fucking show it to me already. Like,
yeah,
show it to
that
me
too.
already.
That's true. Like that's where I like those are the parts I liked. Like the whole trying to like find this movie where she like, you know, she went to this one person, then went to the fucking college, went to their archives, went to a fucking bar near the college to find people that were talking to be like, you're film students, yo, tell me stories about your school. Like, you know, manipulating people to get what she wants.
And then talking to the director.
Yeah. And then
they were trying to keep it under wraps.
Yeah. So I think all of that was cool. I like that part of the movie.
Did you notice the conversation that those film students were having?
No.
They were having a who's a better director conversation.
Oh, were they?
Wasn't it Kubrick and somebody else?
No. It was between Christopher Nolan, and they don't say his name.
Yes.
But they don't say his name, but they mention Arrival and Sicario, and that's Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that conversation that you mentioned it. I do remember. I just watched all Nolan's films or something like that. And I like that. That's a fun little.
I picked up on that, and it's like that's like a film student conversation, I suppose. I've never been a film student, but
yeah.
Who
it's
would
100% a film student.
Who would y'all pick? Nolan or Denise?
Denise
also did Annihilation, right?
No, he did not.
No, he did not.
No, he did.
Annihilation feels like it though.
Kind of, yeah.
Which Annihilation is
great. But he did.
What other
he did
films
Arrival. He did Sicario. He did Enemy. He did Prisoners. He did obviously Dune, Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, his
totally 100%.
Under his belt is.
But I mean, Christopher Nolan
has done no wrong.
I still haven't seen Tenet.
You know what though?
So.
I don't. Is there a perfect answer to that question? Because they're different, but yet they have a lot of similarities. Christopher Nolan is really big into world building, and so is he.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. That'd be a hard question.
I'd pick Denise because I think Sicario is a masterpiece.
Facts.
And so is Prisoners.
Prisoners is really fucking good.
Yeah. I'd love to talk about that movie.
To be fair, Dune was fucking fantastic, but then I go,
incredible.
So was Interstellar. Like Interstellar was fucking phenomenal.
Dune's better.
Yeah, Inception, insane movie. Memento, insane movie.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, Dark Knight, God, fuck.
Yes,
best Batman series we've ever got.
Well, until maybe Pattinson.
Yo, for real though, because I feel like sweaty but hairy
coming out of the podcast.
But dude, fuck. The Robert Pattinson, when he was announced as the new Batman, I got excited because I actually like him as an actor. I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he really is.
I liked him. In Twilight, he does not really overacts. He was just too good for Twilight.
Yeah,
and like he really shines through where Kristen Stewart gives a really performance.
You really have a proton and a neutron like colliding with like how bad Kristen Stewart is and how good Robert Pattinson is. It's just not happening. We're just not colliding here.
Yeah,
a little atom smasher.
But I'm gonna try to reel this back to the conversation.
Let's get on back here to the movie.
Yeah,
dry butt.
Yeah, how do you do this? Robert Pattinson was Batman. Christopher Nolan. They talk about it in the movie, and now we're still talking about the movie. Okay,
now we're talking about the movie. I mean,
they reversed it.
Yeah, and
they put my thing up and reversed it on that one.
I mean, there's not too much to say about this film. I mean,
sure ain't.
It's got an interesting concept. Is it executed perfectly? No. Would it probably do a lot better as a short length film? Yes.
That's why you guys got to watch John Carpenter's Cigarette Burn. It's executed a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then I will.
Hey, we can't blame Pat. This is the first week.
I didn't even know. Yeah,
of this month. We're gonna have it's potential. We're gonna have some stinkers. Not everything to say that everything comes out of Japanese, Japan or Korea is gonna be 100% fucking gold is ridiculous.
Well,
to hold them to such high standards is stupid.
Well, I was worried.
Yeah, no, wait until week 3.
I was worried to begin with. If I'm being perfectly honest, I was shitting my pants over this fucking list that I saw. I said, "What are all these words?"
It's not even that bad of a list.
None of these,
to be honest, there are worse films.
None of the titles make sense. None of the titles make sense, and I was just like, "What is this shit?" And it's just like, but I watched I watched Pulse. And I went, God damn, Pat, maybe this list is gonna be fucking sick. And then I watched this movie and I said, "Oh fuck, Pat, you tricked me."
Well, I mean, to be fair, next, like, this is kind of like, just so everyone knows kind of like what we're planning to do, because it's not a fucking secret.
Next week is going to be really good.
Next week's going to be really good. It's The Wailing and The Cure. And Cure, right? It's just called Cure.
Just Cure.
It's his other film, right? The guy who does Pulse? No?
Cure is a 1997 movie that's Martin Scorsese's favorite film.
Oh. Yeah, I thought it was...
No, The Wailing is a Korean film.
It is too his film, you fucker.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, the guy who directed Pulse, Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
I've heard really good things about The Wailing.
Oh, The Wailing is supposed to be really good. Patrick's been trying to get me to watch it forever.
Well, I think this is going to be the best week, because if we got the Pulse director's other movie.
Oh yeah, no, and this is the movie before Pulse.
I want to talk about this movie so bad.
All right. Week 3, I just love that in parentheses, Pat put all gore, no chill.
I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to.
And we're going to do Tokyo Gore Police and Tutso Iron Man Audition. So if you've never watched those films, be prepared. Week 4, we dive down. We go to some classics, Ringo and Juno. So we're going to watch the original Ring and the original Grudge.
I've never seen those.
And then if we have time, which we probably will do this, we'll do a bonus episode. And of the films of that episode can be #Alive, Train to Busan, and I Saw the Devil. Now, you guys know our plan. Hold us to it. We'll keep it going. But George, score, warning, do not play on a scale to 1 to...
Ooh, I say 2 fucking... buried hidden death videos out of 5.
There it is. 2 hidden fucking death videos out of 5. You heard it here. You heard it first. Now
let's dive into
the next film, which is often revered to be a classic, in my opinion. Posh.
Is it? I've never heard anybody talk about this movie.
So I mean, like, I told you guys, the first time I ever consumed this film, I watched the remake when I was a kid, and we're talking 2006. So I did not know any fucking idea that, the original version of this was a Japanese movie. Yeah. But I first watched this film a couple of years ago. We were still doing the podcast in a fucking film class at UCF. The professor there, Zachary Beckler, it was like a whole ghost story course where we just watched films about ghosts, and this was like one of the first films he showed us. He was like, I'm going to show you guys one of the best things you'll ever watch. And he wasn't wrong. So Pulse. Patrick, why'd you pick this film?
I watched it during the pandemic.
I love that there's deep meaning. He's just like, I watched it during the pandemic. I thought you guys would like it.
He was right.
Very alone.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need.
That's a bad movie to watch during a pandemic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh God.
Wait, segue. Is this movie relevant to the times that we're living in now? Holy shit!
Isn't it crazy?
It's not even that. It's just like God. God, I feel alone. Oh God, I feel so alone. Maybe I'll watch a movie to make myself feel better. And you watch this movie? Are you fucking kidding me? Talk about existential fucking crises, man. Like fucking.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For a couple months there, I thought we were all just gonna die alone.
Hey. I had a dog, so at least, and a wife. At least I would have died in a cluster.
It's like, I was thinking of this movie and it's like, you've heard of elevator pitches, you know, but it's like, what about like, you know, in movies when some sort of like pandemonium's going on in like a downtown setting and people are running away from something and you're like, what's going on? And someone just shouts nonsense and runs off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would call that, like my pandemonium pitch, where it's like, what's this movie about? And some guy running away like shouts what it's about, like what's happening. So basically, I'm gonna say what it's about, and then I'm gonna have Mike read it. No, Mike, go ahead and read the synopsis because I want to.
Okay,
I'm gonna do my pandemonium pitch after that.
Dylan does his first, and then we read the actual one.
No, because it's gonna be funnier when he gives like a detailed explanation, and then I just go blah 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 blah.
All right, so this is 2001 Pulse. Is directed, and it could be more than likely mispronouncing this. It's Kiyoshi Kurosawa, and this is the storyline, guys. So after one of their friends commits suicide, strange things begin happening to a group of young Tokyo residents. One of them sees visions of his dead friend in the shadows of the wall, while others' computer keeps showing strange ghostly images. Is their friend trying to contact them from beyond the grave, or is there something much more sinister going on? That's it. That's the film. Enjoy.
Basically, dial-up ghosts destroy the world. And that makes perfect fucking sense if you've seen this movie.
Perfect sense.
I don't know where that came
that should be on
from.
the theatrical release poster, just like in the theater.
Dial-up ghosts kill people. Like,
Dial-up ghosts destroy the world.
tagline. I'm trying to recall from like my first like viewing. I love the opening scene on the boat. It gives me super hella Silent Hill vibes.
Yeah.
And I fuck with that. And then like, and it's I don't know, it's very bright and it's like almost optimistic. Like, oh, this is gonna be a bad movie.
A little hazy.
Oh no.
A little hazy.
Oh, no.
You know, like a little ominous. Kind of in the beginning. I kind of compared it almost to like for some reason I got the vibe of 28 Days Later. I don't know why. Just like that somber.
That does fit.
Somber beginning and like kind of the gritty, hazy film style and whatnot. I think they came out around the same time, but I just got kind of those vibes.
2001. Yeah.
Same. For sure.
Hey, you know what? A year later, 28 Days Later came out.
Oh.
So look at that. You weren't wrong.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Because there is a theme within this week of these picks. And it's
a great
definitely
theme.
Ghost stories. And Pulse to me is such a cool ghost story. And I think from when it was released, probably really original because, you know, we're talking early 2000s. Internet is like, you know,
Y2K.
still this weird thing.
It's right after Y2K.
Exactly. So. You know, people are freaking the fuck out buying all their toilet paper and shit. and then here comes this guy is like, what if malevolent spirits just, you know, killed people through the internet?
So crazy, dude. So crazy. And that's why I couldn't enjoy Warning Do Not Play, because this movie takes a concept, pretty original concept as well, and really just, oh my god, it's so, I'm surprised I didn't give it 5 stars, but I say 5 stars for certain things, but like I was thinking about it. I really freaking was. This movie, it's so good.
I think
it's so
one
good.
of the cool things, and I think what's really what it does well in pulling you in, especially into like this weird concept, because like for us growing up, like we all here had dial up. We're that generation of kids.
I had it.
And when you start this movie, you hear the dial up noises, and it brings back to that feeling of nostalgia, like, oh fuck, dialing into the internet.
AOL.
You know, like when really old people like see in an old movie, like, how you doing, Gertrude? And then he puts on a fucking phonograph player, and it's like, and your grandma's like, I remember having those. And now it's like you see dial-up internet, and you're just like, oh, that was me. You're like, okay.
I liked how it used this weird, because it's called like the Forbidden Room.
Forbidden Room.
Yeah.
And I love that the thing is like, do you want to meet a ghost?
So cool.
And I think that is so fucking interesting.
It's insane.
And I think that it's so inviting because like I feel like if like being a young teenager in that time, if I was on the internet, like if I had something pop up on my fucking screen, it's like, do you want to meet a ghost? I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
A lot of people would.
And it tapped into one of the characters in the movie is like loner, and he gets the internet to connect with people, and like that's like the first thing that pops up on his computer, you know.
Yeah,
it's really a good commentary on trying to connect through the internet in such a weird way, you know. And it's I've seen a TED talk, I forget the man's name, but he talks about how for humanity to truly use the internet to its full potential, third-party sources such as people who provide ads as revenue for news and communication and stuff like that. I love the way she puts it, because how one of the characters puts it, because and it's basically it starts out as two separate stories that converge towards the climax of the movie.
I would say three. Is three, isn't it not?
No, it's really two. I feel like.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's the woman, and it's a man and a woman. And the guy gets a computer, and they're studying these little dots. These computers are doing like a very face value simulation of humans interacting. And the woman, and I shared this on my Instagram because I kind of found it really moving in a way. She said, "People don't really connect you now. Like those dots simulating humans, we all live totally separately." And it's like that just like hits you so hard, where it's like you're doing and you're just like this movie comments on so many things, like you said, warning, don't play. It was trying to be a commentary on like bystander syndrome and people taking photos, but to me this was a much more believable commentary on using the internet to connect. And it's an older film too. It's like so it's like they foresaw all these shits happening.
Yeah. Well,
it's ahead of its time.
They predated everything, because you got to think about it, in 2001 the internet was just like hitting its peak, right? Like Y2K just happened. The fear of technology was just like a huge thing, and like horror is always a commentary on usually like society, like around the time that it came out. And yeah, dude, people were scared of the fucking internet. People didn't know what the fucking internet could do. And then they turned it into a fucking ghost story.
Think about the fact that this came out 2001.
Right.
This was made 1998, 1999, 2000.
They were ahead of the curve. They literally saw it. They knew what the early people were fearing, and they were like, hey, let's make it a movie. And I'm sure, tech's always been big in Japan. So, like, like a lot of those people were already like, fuck this movie. Yeah. Like, this could actually happen.
Exactly. And Dylan, to add on to like, because I think some of the things like, visually, this movie does a lot of cool things, really good, and we'll get into that. But I think something like that really needs to be focused on, especially with Pulse, is the script, because the characters and the lines they say, like the way what you spoke, how we're not, everyone's totally connected. We all live, separately. Like there are other things in this movie that hit deep. Like there's a ghost to say death was, and it pauses, it goes eternal loneliness. And then there's another one where Michi goes, now I'm alone with my last friend in the world, and I found happiness. And it's like these like deep existential fucking quotes in this film that like it's more than just a ghost story. It's more than a scary film. Like it has like this deep philosophical meaning, and it actually provides substance, because there's these weird conversations like where the movies, like they're in the fucking garden or the greenhouse helping this old dude, and he goes on a whole tangent about friendship and in connection, and then you have everything else that's going on in this environment where people are just disappearing, because the movie takes a weird turn where it becomes apocalyptic almost. Like,
a very odd turn.
Boom.
Which was like kind of stark. Yeah.
One by one, people get sucked into the internet and never see their friends again. Just like us. We're doing a podcast.
Like
we're not even in the same room. We're alone. I'm lonely.
Yeah, no.
Fuck you.
My cat's here somewhere.
Which is why, like, now this is like a personal like favorite of mine. not just a horror movie or favorite horror movie or favorite Japanese horror movie, just a favorite movie in general. Because when it hit, I watched it and discovered it in the perfect time when the pandemic was happening.
Is as a person, like, I live in this house by myself. I've lived on my own since 2015, and like, no living girlfriends or nothing like that. It's just been me, and I recently got the cat and stuff. So like for me, I'm comfortable being alone and stuff like that. But at the same time, and you feel the loneliness in the characters as well. But it was funny the other day. I was thinking about it. Something I was thinking about. I was contemplating my loneliness in my house alone. Some real Edgar Allan Poe shit.
As one does.
Pondering the orb. No.
Yes.
Yes.
He said it.
Orb.
And the worst song that could have came on my shuffle came on.
Oh, God damn it. Hey there.
No. The song Desperado by the Eagles. Where a line repeated is, "You better let somebody love you while you can." And it's just like, I just kept shouting that at the people. I'm like, y'all have to be alone. Let somebody love you while you can, or it's too late. Everyone's alone. And that's how pretty much everything happens. And it kind of plays into Japanese society in reality because there's a serious problem with the birth to death rate in Japan. It's been going on for quite a while. Even back then, a quarter of Japan's population is over 65. And people in Japan are pushing back on the ideals of the normal family of having kids and getting married. They're pushing against that, saying, no, we want to be single. We want to have fun. We don't want to be tied down. We don't want to do that. And that's really, making more people live alone. And in fact, 30,000 people a year die alone in their apartments in Japan.
Right. Well, they also have a huge problem with because of the work culture environment that is in the country, where they work themselves to death, literally. In this movie, it kind of doesn't necessarily play on that, but it does play on the fact that like people who could become so encompassed by their work are inherently lonely because they don't have any other life
Wait until next week.
I found an article from the Washington Post about how in Japan, I don't know if it's just Tokyo, but the insurance companies will offer landlords a certain insurance policy on their rooms, on their apartments that they rent out, that if a person dies in there and is discovered like months later, because they don't know that they're dead until they haven't paid their bills for 2 months. So that's when they go in and check, and the insurance offers a cleanup crew. Yeah, and the landlord gets compensation for missed wages. So the guy being dead and not paying his fucking bills.
Yeah,
because he's dead. The landlord's still like, "Where's my money?" He's fucking dead, dude.
The worst profession in this world, landlords.
One of them for sure. But not only will they clean the entire apartment, they'll rip the carpet out, the wallpaper, and they'll deep clean the entire apartment for you.
This shit here.
They'll do that.
If I get into renting, I'm gonna do that shit.
Some companies will even offer religious sage clearings of apartments of people who died in them.
That is necessary.
Pretty crazy.
Is actually really interesting.
That is essential.
And sad that it's interesting, but also devastating.
But it definitely
market for that.
But it fits with this. It fits with that because those people died alone. And it's like they had no way to connect.
Yeah.
Even with the internet, they didn't know.
Just the throw on to this this movie and the fucking the feeling of just fucking alone. There's another quote that I remember from the film that I'm trying to find real quick. It's between Junko Sasuno and Michi Kudo, and he's like, Michi, am I just going to die like this? And they go, no. And he responds with, of course not. I'll just go on living like this, all alone.
Boom.
Fucking what?
Your boy loves existential shit, man. I love that shit.
Same. And like, so we have this, but then you have on like the actual scare factor of the film.
Oh, God,
so like,
dude.
we have the one friend.
Real quick.
Huh?
I said, let's wipe our tears real quick. Let's talk about the
Yeah,
scares.
right. I'm not crying, man. You're crying.
I don't think I've been this I don't think I've been this affected by a scare or by like a scary movie since probably my first time seeing The Sixth Sense.
All right. Fuck
Really?
yeah.
That
Oh, goddamn.
dude, this it was funny. I tried to look it up on YouTube. I tried to look the movie up on YouTube, see if it was free. And somebody shared a video from a scene of the movie. And in the what do you call those things? The pictures that are on the YouTube thumbnails. The thumbnail was of this thing creeping over a couch. And
Yeah.
it said
that was a good scene.
it said breakdown of the most scariest scene of all time. And I went, I can't. I mean, God, okay, how scary can it fucking be, you know? And like, so I'm watching the movie and I'm getting into it, and words start popping up, and I start getting pissed off. I'm just kidding. And and I'm sitting there. I have the lights on, and I'm kind of high. I'm kind of coming down. I'm not really like, you know, it's like whatever. I was like, great, Pat's got me watching these fucking goofy fucking movies. All right, and then this part happens, and I sit there. And it's like somebody is holding me down and holding my face and making me watch this. I can't look away. And then the thing starts moving. And that to me, it does everything that I find horrifying. It does everything I find horrifying.
And you know what? The American remake did the same scene and it does not work.
And it's bullshit.
You know, it's actually done in reverse. If you kind of, it's reversed movement. And that actress is a ballet dancer.
Yeah, she's a dancer.
Yeah,
ballet dancer.
That
even creepier.
Have y'all ever seen the YouTube short called 3 a.m.?
Is that the one with like the light thing at the end?
No,
It's
that's lights out or whatever.
Okay.
No, 3 a.m. it's a short movie. It's about 16 minutes, and it's about a guy walking in his neighborhood, and he sees a man with like a plastic, like cartoonish grin on his face. And the way he moves is he shuffles his feet and goes forward, shuffles his feet and goes back. And he's articulated like, I would say about 65 degrees facing up. And he's just shuffling, smiling, moving from side to side. And it's just him and this dude on the street. And eventually this creepy dude starts following him and then starts running after him. And it's something about movement and how it's presented is very terrifying to me.
Oh yeah, no. It's when we see something that we're not familiar with that doesn't move like us or doesn't like, we can't comprehend that it's familiar. That's what makes it fucking creepy.
Yeah, you're like, your brain's like, whoa, this isn't normal because you're so used to seeing. There's variations of movement that every day in our everyday lives that we're familiar with, and our brain's like, this is normal. This is normal. This is when you see something. That's why, like, even though there are a lot of like they're called contortionists. Yeah, thanks, George.
Got you, bro.
That's why, like, when people see those types of movements, it really fucks with people's mind. They're like, ugh, you know, it's weird, it's scary because you're not used to seeing it.
Even when we see like earlier, like when they try to do CGI like humans and stuff like that, we get creeped out by it because it's like doesn't look right.
That's why aliens in movies always walk funny.
Yeah, there's a thing that Issa hates, and it's called like the uncanny valley.
Yeah,
it's when things start to look too real, like too human, but they're not human.
Yeah,
and it's a really weird fine line where it just gets real fucking creepy real quick, and she can't play certain games because of it.
The only way I can compare this scene, because it's done from the perspective of the man, and it's stuck in this one scene where this human-like creature whose face you can't even really make out, who is blended in with the background and the setting so well that when she starts to emerge, you can get from the jump that something isn't normal. And it's the movement is just odd enough for you just to get this chilling sense that something about what's moving towards you isn't right. The only way I can describe it is if you were following a car You know how you have brake lights that indicate when a car is stopping?
Yeah.
That's what I consider jump scares.
Yeah.
You know it's coming, so you slow down and you kind of feel the vibe. This is a car with no brake lights. You don't know when it's going to you don't know when it's going to stop, how fast it's going to stop, how gradual, or if it's going to stop at all. You have no fucking clue. You're just riding behind this thing, hoping it doesn't fucking stop all of a sudden. Because what are you going to do? This thing, it like falls to the ground a little bit, but picks itself back up and it flows like water. And this dude does what everyone else would do. You're cornered, you're going to hide. And he hid behind a couch. And he looked underneath the couch and nothing was there. No feet, no nothing. So it's no big deal. But then the only thing that cues you in to something horribly fucked up is going to happen is this music that hasn't chilled me. I haven't heard music this chilling since The Shining. Y'all don't understand how much I like this movie.
Really affected Dylan.
Yes, and I talk shit about the last movie just so I can convey to you how passionate I am about this fucking movie.
Dude, I was the same way. Like how Dylan's reacting was how I was reacting when I first watched this movie.
Yeah,
it's
literally for a second time. You know, you got the when it's about to happen, but even
it's still effective.
That scene alone, one thing, nothing really creepy or anything like out of the ordinary happens before that scene.
It's just the dude walks into the house.
Yeah,
and that's it. And
the hanging was pretty graphic.
Fuck.
The hanging scene was pretty weird. It's pretty graphic, but still done extremely well. Should I go ahead and embarrass myself?
Go ahead.
Yes, because
my desktop table thing just said collapse.
All right, so I'm glad I did this because this was to me like I saw it and then I had to get up and I had to ponder. I had to pace the room and go, okay. I don't really know what I watched. I didn't really finish it. I wasn't ready for it. So what I need to do is I need to go to the bathroom. I got to pee. I can't be focusing on anything else. Then I got to go out and smoke some more weed because I'm not high enough to watch this. And then I have to turn all the lights off because I had the lights on. And I cheated I was like, Dylan, you know you don't want to do this, but you're cheating yourself not watching this with the lights off. You know, you're going to cheat yourself. And I did. So I grabbed my water, I smoked my weed, I took my piss. I sat on the couch, I gripped my cat for dear life, and I played it. And this is when I really paid attention to what was going on. This was the reaction that I gave.
Watching the scene. Oh, I fucking hate the way this thing walks. It makes no sense. He's looking under the couch. There's no one there. Oh, God. I don't like this. Oh no, here's hands. Oh, God, it's slowly revealing its head. It's creeping. There's its eyes. What is this?
What are those?
Yeah, it was horrifying.
Dylan was also taken into the ghost zone.
I was in the goddamn ghost zone, my friend.
Danny Phantom was coming for Dylan.
That shit was that was a genuine reaction. Like that shit. Like I had my phone out and I was like, okay, whatever I say, whatever this scene makes me feel, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
and I did.
It's a good scene. There's a lot of good scenes that are like that.
I don't even remember the other ones I sent.
Oh no, I have one for you. The one that follows that is hilarious.
All right, I'll play it. Hold on.
Because this is just
here we go. I'm gonna play it real quick.
Okay.
Him doing this is why I can't wait for the week 3.
Am I right?
No, not that one.
Oh, that's when the girl kills herself.
That was stop.
It's the other one. The one where you're like, this just turned into what the fuck?
Hold on.
Hey, there's one ghost, and now there's two. Where did you come from? What are these noises? What? Pat! What? What'd you make me watch? Pat? What is that?
Yeah, I was not happy.
Unhappy.
I was unhappy to say the least.
I love it because I feel like there's going to be a lot more of these guttural reactions from George and Dylan as the week goes through because of the fucking things we're going to make him watch.
especially for week 3.
Yes, but no, man.
Bro,
Talk
I'm
about
just
some
saying,
crazy scenes.
you keep bringing up week 3 so much that like if these movies are not fun, I'm gonna be so pissed. As I am
bro.
hyping myself up.
I'm not happy about it.
Bro, you will not be displeased. I promise you. I haven't
Excellent
seen
news.
Tokyo Gore Police in a while, and from what I remember of it, it's weird as shit. It's gory as fuck. I mean, it lives up to its name. Just know that. But I mean, you played the clip, but I mean, like, talk about just like a random scene that really sets the tone for the what's going on in like the universe that this guy has created. You know, we just see this girl walking down the street. All of a sudden, in the way behind her, it's just this lady climbing a fucking tower.
Well, she was the one who was taping up the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. She taped up the door, so she was in the forbidden room.
Correct.
She opened the forbidden door for my wrestling fans who are listening.
But that's another thing too. Like, so like she climbs up after taping. It's red tape. It has to be red tape. That's the thing. It has to be the red tape.
Y'all got any tape?
And then she just climbs. All of a sudden, she just falls.
Because if
Bro,
it's
the way
one thing,
her body bounces off the floor.
It was.
they have to
fucking
use
for real.
They have to use red tape because if it's one thing ghosts hate, it's bureaucracy.
Exactly. And then like and then that I think at that point the movie really starts like projectiling itself to like this weird, okay, this isn't just an isolated thing, this isn't just happening to one person, this is happening to like literally everybody.
Yeah.
And that computer model that you brought up, they noticed later on in the film, the researcher, the woman, I can't remember her name, but she's like, what is that? And there was a new orb that was like connecting, or
Kind of like a ghost tail.
they were connecting to other dots, and like she's like, at one point in the film, she's like, don't catch yourself staring for too long because you're never going to see it happen. Like, it happens in once in a million times where two dots touch, and as she said in the film, if two dots touch, they die. But as they get further away, they start pulling themselves closer. But then there's just this new orb that keeps going around ghostly. It's a phantom, and connecting with different orbs. And it's symbolizing that something out there in the universe is killing all these people. I think one of the most more terrifying. I mean, I really love the scene that you described. It's really terrifying. But the guy who doesn't like computers, that keeps getting like fucking begooled over and over again, and he unplugs everything and then he plugs it back in expecting a different fucking result, and then it all happens again. But when that dude in the room with the trash bag over his head, it's just like rolling through up his chair, and then he disappears, but then it comes through the side window and he like starts pulling the trash bag tight and off his head. I wish we could see like what the end result is, because you never do.
Well, I mean, no, he kills himself, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, but you don't see it go down, I don't think.
No, you do.
Not the first time that Mike is talking about.
Yeah.
They show it.
Like,
they do show what
later
happens when
you
it
see
takes it off. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like at that point, you're like, fuck, because like I think he saw it before the because it does that, but the camera angle switches from it coming down on him. We don't see the computer screen anymore. So I think it shows it slightly, and that's when he loses his shit. And he unplugs everything, and he's like, "No, this is no
something's up." Yeah, no, the ending of that movie,
guys. If you haven't watched this fucking film, like,
what are you
not
doing?
to be a gatekeeper, but
I'm gonna borrow it. I'm gonna
worth
buy
the
it.
fucking
I'm gonna buy
watch
it. I'm gonna buy it on something. If I need to have it so I can watch it all the time.
I want it on VHS.
The end of that movie, like you said, when he confronts that ghost who says death is infinite loneliness and whatever, and he goes to the ground, and there's that scene where the ghost, it's locked on the ghost from the front, and he slowly moves towards the camera and gets right in the face of the guy. This may be okay. What I'm about to say may be one of the highest compliments I've ever given a horror movie, let alone any movie, and I hope it's taken that way. The scene where I freaked out a lot and this ending, the way they are filmed. We've all had nightmares before, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, what are those?
Shut up.
Those two scenes, how they are filmed, is the closest anyone has ever come to recreating what it's like to experience a nightmare.
Yeah,
Where you feel
when
feel
the
so
plane crashes and
helpless.
everything.
You feel so fucking helpless to have this mysterious faceless thing, because when you dream, your brain, every face you see is a face you've seen before. Your brain cannot conjure faces in dreams. So your brain takes who you've seen in real life and puts them in your brain randomly. So for this, it's like, well, you don't really see a face until it gets up close. So it's like a dream, because it's not so clear. It's not so black and white.
Guy Master is unable to fucking create a face.
No, and then when he just fucking creeps over that couch, and then you see his mouth and his whole face for maybe a second, but it's a fucking bullet to the heart of fear.
Yeah.
Straight up. And the end does the same. The end does the same for me, because it's just that movement and that oddity and that unsureness of what's going to happen, because the ghosts don't really kill people.
Nope.
No, and
They
that's the
don't.
thing that this movie does so well. Like the remake,
kill themselves.
So fucking, of course, the remake here went typical ghost kill people shit. But the original movie is like, didn't really rely on the jump scares, didn't really rely on the imagery of the ghost or anything like that. What was scary was the context and the concept of the story, and what came after that. What comes with this storytelling,
Yeah.
with the idea of these lonely
With the
characters
loneliness.
and dealing with loneliness and having to deal with a apocalypse, pretty much.
Yeah.
But they don't seem too
Jesus
bothered
Christ.
by. They don't seem too bothered by.
No, and like
I think
it's not going to be the only thing that was the plane crash, and I told you, like, oh shit, okay,
That was a
like
U.S.
really
plane,
going
by the way.
yeah.
Mhm.
Son of a bitch.
It
And even the ending where they show like the complete ending, the ending, the main character's just shadow of a body on the wall. It was like, fuck.
Now, does
story
anybody
of the inevitability of death?
Does anybody
Yeah,
know
exactly.
why they
Take it.
die like that? Like, that was the one thing to me that like kind of maybe kept me from giving it a 5-star. Was
What, the ending?
Was not the ending, but the explanation of how or why the people just turned to ash, or
yeah.
without being
made
physically
up of-
harmed. It's like, to me, it seems like kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a beyond comprehension type of death, to where it's like it goes with the theme so much that it doesn't necessarily have to make total sense
Well,
just because it fits the theme.
I just think that's the way they try to portray it. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was like just an individual choice. I don't think it was anything like Deaver's like,
Do you
oh,
think they
something
give
crazy
up?
happened that turned into ash.
well,
think
I
it was just-
mean,
Do you think they give up and that's what happens?
I think that's what it is. They
could
come
be.
to terms of their loneliness, so they end up going to the death,
like, lost nothing.
the lost realm of loneliness.
But wouldn't he come back? Wouldn't he come back to Earth? Because the whole thing is the spirit world is full, and these are overflowing spirits.
But that's the thing, that
Yeah.
it's now become reality.
Part of the
that-
earth.
Okay.
So the new
They're in the
ghost
energy
world
of the
is Earth.
See,
Yeah.
no, that's so sick.
So
Exactly.
It's so cool. And I mean, maybe you could say that the reason that it's ash on the wall, like our shadow, is, when you think of what we're made up of, it's particles of the universe and ash and dirt and spit.
Water.
So I mean, there could be something there. It could just
We're
be
just
that
the
it
shadow of our own
it's
selves.
So exactly, it could just be taken as a shadow of our own selves.
This is such an emo kids movie.
Yeah, this is a fucking get your goddamn Ohio is for lovers ready.
I think that's why we all love it,
Because it's just such a bummer.
we're all former fucking
Yeah.
emo kids.
it really is though. I mean, like
On top of being
there's
scared
no
of the
happy
technological
ending.
new
to
Yeah,
this film.
there's a happy ending.
I mean,
To me,
yeah.
there is. Because the woman, someone finally finds true happiness.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right.
But at
There's-
what cost? I guess I don't know if
Exactly.
I don't know if that's a theme where it's like she finally found happiness, but what she had to do to get it.
Yeah.
Living the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's just, man, I might
It's
have
a
to.
good fucking film. I'm like, it's a good fucking film.
You know, they did that.
I'm stoked to watch it again
They did that
and
in
like really take it in a second time.
Yeah, no, the second time viewing. I mean, this is technically this is my third time watching it.
Yeah.
Well, they did that in the other movie, the Warning Do Not Play movie. They had the shadows where the ghosts come out of the wall and the shadow. Is that like
It could be
an
a part
Asian
of-
thing? Like an Asian culture
It's a
thing?
cultural
Part of
thing.
Asian culture. Yeah.
I didn't know what
They-
I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find anything.
Because doesn't Spirited Away use a lot of shadows too?
Yes.
Yeah,
So it could just be a
I
cultural
think-
thing.
Hold on. Let
maybe
me
a culture
just-
thing.
Well, do you think it could be? And this is a wild shoot, but do you think it could be something to do with their history in World War II and the bomb? Because the people that
Might
were
be
so
a
close to the
stretch.
bomb, well, the people that were so close to the atom bomb, they were vaporized, and all that was left were their shadows. Their shadows were burnt into the ground, and
That
and
could
into
be
the
true.
walls. They were burnt into the walls. Their shadows were. So it's like, are death shadows something left with superstition with the Japanese people after World War II? Because that's the only thing I can fucking think of.
Well, I am on a site called Open Repository, and I found the concepts of the shadow, the exploitation of metaphors of shadow and contemporary visual communication. If anyone's interested in that,
That doesn't answer my question.
It's a research paper. The concept of the shadow, the conceptual background of the work,
But
context of the research.
But would it be in context to how maybe Asian filmmakers or even just Asian culture in general kind of views shadows and death? I don't know. I think I might be onto something, but someone's going to have to tell me.
Shadow. There's a huge thing of like there's Chinese shadow art, but that's Chinese. I mean, it would require me to do a little bit more research.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that's
it could be
definitive.
that there is something that is there within just say like the overarching Asian culture where there's particular meaning to shadows, and shadows specifically on outlines on a wall could be. I just don't know off the top of my head.
I just know that that's really the only country that's ever had that happen to them, and that horrible, fucking thing. And
yeah,
to really, I feel like that's just my best guess.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty stupid.
Well, I mean, it's just, God damn it, people.
More
Watch
movies like this,
Just
please.
watch it. Please. Oh my God. Oh, I can't wait till you watch this other movie, Cure.
Yeah, I'm really excited
This
for
guy
week
is a
2.
good director. He's a phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm really excited for week 2. Week 2 might be my favorite week, but I know week 3 I'm going to want to beat Pat's ass for making me fucking watch whatever cockadoodie fucking bullshit he's got me, some nasty fucking pussy fucking gore fest he's going to fucking
It's
make me
not
watch.
really. It's just listen. Not to
don't lie to
spoil
him.
anything. You know what?
Don't.
It's you're right. You're right. It's the only way you could describe what that thing is.
Mike, don't lie to me. Okay?
I'm trying to make you feel better. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not helping.
But yeah, no.
But go ahead, Pat. Pat.
I was gonna tell George to give his
Oh yeah.
his score.
Do you fucking think,
Oh,
George?
my score? Definitely 4 dial-up ghosts out of 5.
Yeah. Boom.
And we leave you with asking the most important question of the night. Do you want to meet a ghost?
I want to fucking meet a ghost.
I have a feeling I'm going to meet one at Spooky Empire. He might be near our booth.
There could be a ghoul near our booth. You're actually 100% true.
I do
There could be a
hear
ghost.
where our booth is at. That square foot is haunted.
It is a haunted building from what I've heard.
Bring your EMP detectors, where the fuck they're called.
Bring your fucking ESPN detectors and we'll get right on it.
And if you're a Ghostbuster, stay away.
We don't want that. We don't want that action.
We don't fuck with narcs.
Yeah, ghost cops. They're ghost cops.
Ghost cops. Boo. Boo. Defund ghost cops.
I can never watch a Ghostbusters movie ever again.
You never will now.
Apparently the new one is good.
I've heard great
I
things
actually
about
really
it.
want to see it. Paul Rudd, let's go.
Let's go.
Paul Rudd.
But I don't know, man. I'm excited. This month is going to be really interesting. I like the fact that we're talking about films that mainly. I mean, like Pulse is a pretty well known film. I don't think
Maybe not this iteration.
yeah, true. I mean, I really don't hear a lot of people talking about Pulse. So that you may be actually right on that. A lot of people just really talk about the daddies of horror. It's Jason and Freddy and Texas and fucking Chucky, which are all great iconic movies, but there's so many.
Do you have dial-up ghosts? No.
Yeah, do you fucking have dial-up ghost?
I don't fucking think so.
And even like Tokyo Gore Police, even though it is just like full front gore, it is a really interesting concept of a film in itself. Like when you think about it,
it's world building too.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
Look, it's got gore in the name. I know what I'm getting in for.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I have yet to see The Wailing. I've read about Cure. I've seen trailers for it, but I never actually sat down and watch it. But I know
Martin Scorsese's favorite film.
Yeah, what you're going to expect is going to be there. I mean, from the same guy who made Pulse, this is one of his earlier films, so it's going to be crazier, weirder. So, and if you out there, listener, have a foreign film that you want us to watch, it can be an anime. I told Pat he could pick some animes.
I'd watch one.
Because I know there are a ton out there. It had to be a movie though. That's the thing. It couldn't be a show because
that was the problem.
That's the hardest thing. It's because the shows are going to be so long.
What about that movie? Is it called Perfect Blue?
Yeah, we could have done that. We could save that. I want to save the anime as like its own thing too.
Own thing. True.
Yeah.
Perfect Blue would be really good to talk about.
No, Perfect Blue, and even the same director did Paranoid Agent. That's a show, but I would love to do a episode or something with that.
Yeah, we just have to all binge it.
Huh?
We just all have to binge it to fucking.
I mean, it's one season.
Oh, is it? Okay, but one season is what, 20 episodes usually?
With Paranoid Agent, I think there's like 20. Yeah.
No.
I don't remember. Perfect Blue would be perfect.
If it depends, if they're 30-minute or an hour, then that's
the 30-minute episodes.
Oh, okay, that's not bad at all. That's you can get
that's a weekend on the couch.
That's a weekend on the couch. Is Paranoid Agent good?
Yes, done by the same guy who did Perfect Blue.
Okay, yeah, then I gotta see it.
But yeah, guys, I mean, that's what we got for you. We got lots planned for you. There's gonna be another break in January, so just get your sweet little ears ready for that, because then I think January 5th is when I start.
We might not have to.
What do you mean?
If we do some episodes of Spooky, we'll have some content to release.
That's true.
Unless you guys want a non-mic episode.
Unless you guys want a non-mic episode, I'll just be on the road. That's all.
No,
we just finished the jab.
I'm gonna have my microphone with me because I literally made sure I had it. It's not with my stuff.
Look, we finished Pat's month, and then when you're gone, we release the Spooky episodes.
Yeah. Or I was actually I
was gonna release episodes.
Here's a behind the curtains meeting. It's just us do commentaries.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
We don't need to bore everybody with all this crap.
Huh?
Yeah, we do. This is how it's made. You're getting the inside scoop.
Like Tostito scoops?
No, not that good.
Salsa dipping.
Not that good. But yeah,
I like Pat's idea though.
I love Pulse. I love this movie. It's originally called Cairo, right?
Yeah.
I love this fucking movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's probably in my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. I can't think of anything like it. I can't think of anything like it. I just can't.
You need to make force all your friends to watch it who have never watched it.
It's gonna happen.
Test them all and be like, "Have you guys seen this movie? No, fucking watch it."
I mean, I'm gonna show this to people that I deem important enough to see it.
There you go. Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah, it's required viewing.
They gotta have the right brain.
I gotta know. I gotta know you're gonna appreciate it.
He's got to know you're a sad boy.
You can't be worse than me. Let's put it that way. You can't be worse than me. Like fucking words. Like you can't.
Yeah.
I can't show this to my dad. My dad will just be like, "But I ain't reading this shit."
Y'all like My Chemical
pick up a
Romance?
book.
Have I got the movie? for
Unless
you?
unless I'm gonna, hey dad, Jason Statham's in this movie. He's not gonna watch it.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Have you seen that movie London?
No.
It's Jason Statham and Chris Evans doing blow at this party. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that sounds killer.
It's not good.
But yeah, guys, come hang out with us at Spooky if you're gonna be there. Come say hello. Maybe we'll have candy. I don't know.
Snacks.
Maybe we'll have
Get
some
some
snacks.
snacks.
Bring us some snacks. Maybe
Yeah.
coffee. That'd be nice.
Decaf for me, please.
Just beer.
Decaf for Dylan because he's a nerd, but
Caffeine
strong coffee for me.
caffeine makes me
Go watch these movies if you want. One's on Shudder, the other's on AMC Plus, or you can just rent it. I think it's like $4.
Don't do
on
it. Don't watch
Prime
it.
Video.
Do what the
Oh,
title says.
We should put
Warning,
post
do
the
not
movie
play.
titles on social media so everybody can go on this journey with us before the episodes.
I mean, I review them before the episode's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's just
should make a litter
let's
box.
call it a fucking day here, guys. Until
Yeah, let's do it.
next week. I'm Mike.
I'm Pat.
Now I'm Dylan.
I'm Jorge.
See you nerds soon.
Goodbye.